Now, I very often read the comments on my videos. Granted, sometimes there's like 400 or 500, so you can't read them all, and any YouTuber that says he does is lying. But I do go through them, and it's nice to see all the compliments. It's also nice to see all the insults. And then you get some people asking questions, and this question I thought deserved an answer. And the question was, if Elon Musk turned up at my house, because obviously me and him are best mates, apparently. I don't know how that works, because I once said that Tesla was the best of the bad bunch, and somehow somebody accused me of working for Tesla because of that. I'd love to see the logic in a marketing meeting behind getting a bloke that slags off EVs to drive a Tesla. Anyway, if Elon Musk turns up at my house with a brand new Cybertruck and says, it's yours for 2 years, I'll pay all the bills, I'll do all the expenses, I'll even pay all the charging costs, everything. It's completely free. Just want you to drive it for 2 years. Would you? So I gave this quite a deal of thought. And then I came up with several answers. Now the first answer is no, because it's not legal in the UK. It's not legal in Europe. It hasn't passed any of the European tests, safety tests or anything like that. Whether it would pass or not is for somebody else to argue about. I ain't arguing about that. I can't be bothered with it. But nevertheless, it's not road legal in the UK. So there's your answer number one. Answer number two, no, because for me to use a Tesla supercharger is a 20-minute drive at best. In the summer, half an hour. Granted, it's only going to cost me 15 minutes when I get there, provided there's a supercharger free, and then half an hour to drive back. So it's at least an hour of my time every time I want to charge it, unless of course Elon's going to put in a power bank for 8 grand or whatever they are, or put a Tesla charger outside my house, and then I'd have to kick my missus off the driveway every time I wanted to charge it. Blah de blah de blah de blah. Therefore, the answer to that one is no. But then comes to the main reason why I would, and you can say, "Oi, fatty, you're lying. No way would you turn down a brand new car for 2 years free of everything and blah de blah de blah de blah." I would, and I'll tell you why. Because it's like selling your soul, and my soul has a price, and that price is far more than 150 grand's worth of Cybertruck that would take me an hour to charge every time I wanted to charge it, and isn't road legal, and doesn't even look that nice, and is an ugly thing anyway, and you know, you're literally saying I'm a knob end if you drive one. So the answer is still no. About 11-12 years ago, I got involved in local politics due to opposition to a shopping centre that should have been built, and I ended up doing what I do best, started a Facebook page. Within a couple of months I had 10,000 followers, finished up having my own newspaper column, radio show, blah de blah de blah. Just all went a bit mental, going to council meetings, meeting with planning officers, etc, etc, etc. And alongside trying to get this shopping centre planning, it then turned into there are too many houses being built in the area and not enough infrastructure to go with it. Cut a long story short, I became quite influential, to the point where the developer of said houses, who shall remain nameless, came into my restaurant one day and asked me how much it would take to get me on side. And my reply to him is the same as it is now. You're asking me to sell my soul, and my soul has a price. And he said, all right, what is it? And I don't know what he was expecting, but he wasn't expecting me to say it's got 4 bedrooms, probably a conservatory, it'll have a double garage, and it'll need a hot tub in the garden. Needless to say, it never happened. Because, A, there's no way he was going to pay me that much, because it wasn't worth that much, just to keep me quiet. B, it's not what he was expecting. And C, honestly, that was my answer. Because you're basically saying, Everything that I stand for, I'm willing to be bought out. Well, what's the point of standing for something if you're willing to be bought out of it? If everyone's got a price, granted, if someone came along now and said, I'll give you £1 million to fuck off town, take the £1 million, thanks very much. I ain't making that much out of YouTube. I'll take the £1 million. Everyone's got a price, but that price has got to be quite substantial for you to compromise everything, innit? So there you go. There's my answer. No, I wouldn't take a milk float for free. And if you think I'm lying, I don't care. I can give you another example. I was once asked, while I was marketing for a Cornish brand, and the Cornish brand wanted to promote another Cornish brand, and it was my job to promote everything that was Cornish, and Cornish products, Cornish food, Cornish drink, Cornish jewellery, etc, etc. That was my job. And I was asked if I would promote and sign up and validate a company that everyone will have heard of in the UK called Lobsters, who allegedly call themselves pasty makers. Ask anyone in Cornwall, they ain't making pasties. They're making pastry products full of shit. And nobody Cornish has ever and will ever eat a Lobsters pasty. That's just the rules. I know you lot up country get them in service stations and go, oh, I'm gonna have a pasty, or I'll have a that's not a pasty. Trust me. That's like saying, oh, I've driven a sports car, I've driven a Daihatsu Copen or the Nissan Figaro. This is not a sports car. It's the same thing. That's not a pasty. So again, my soul wasn't for sale. 3 examples of how I've held my integrity together to my financial detriment. Maybe you want to say, well, you're just kicking yourself in the bollocks there, Tom. Yeah, I am. And so be it. At least I've got some principles, and at least I've got some morals. So in answer to your question, sir, if Elon Musk turned up at my doorstep and